Okay, if you know me and if you followed me lately, I've been talking a lot about the defining range. Hi, this is GG Trades, and I've been liking the defining range so much lately that I thought I could potentially automate some trades. Let me show you. So now in the defining range, you have days kind of like this. Defining range is based off of the quarterly theory Q1, and sometimes you have days that hit the bottom of the expected bearish range and then go back to the top. Typically, you only see this happen one or two times. Not exactly like this, where YM a few days ago hit top, bottom, and then top again. So that's more rare. But so I developed a automated script on NinjaTrader to basically, when price gets up here, it creates a sell order and then can take profit, or you can set it up how you want. So I'm just confident that on these levels that we'll typically find a reversal, especially in London session and New York session. Sometimes not so much in the afternoon session. But so this is an intraday example. Let's show you a weekly example. So on this week example, so this is higher time frame, this is gold. It hit the top bullish targets and then kind of stayed within that. So if I had these automated sell orders, potentially it could have sold there at the top on Tuesday overnight and then taken some profit, sold again, potentially taken some profit, or stopped out, sold again, and sold again. So the defining range is pretty predictable on tops and bottoms. Not always, of course, not everything's 100%, but let's kind of go on here. Now, I asked Grok the other night, so I thought, okay, I've been using NinjaTrader, which here's NinjaTrader. This is basically owned by Tradevate, same company, but this is a desktop software, so you can start trading your Tradevate broker accounts. All here, you can have multiple connections. You can have connections to Apex, I have Funded Next. I've got a trading competition, Tradeify. So you can connect here, you can do copy trading. So anyway, so you can create scripts. Now let me show you what that script looks like. So basically I said, hey, Grok, let's create a script so basically I said this, I posted this the other night. I'm going to ask Grok this question, but I know Rafa knows how to do this kind of order already in NinjaTrader. So I know there's a way to do this. I've seen in one of Rafa's videos, he's a Brazilian futures trader. He's really good. So give him a follow. Even if you don't understand Portuguese, get a translator and go check out his content. But for Rafa, I saw one of his videos. He showed a NinjaTrader order strategy where if the stop loss was hit, it would put in a sell order. And then if the sell's stop loss was hit, it would put in a buy order. So I thought, okay, well, NinjaTrader can do some complex trades. I'm sure I'm not limited to just, take profits and stop losses. So I checked with Grok. So I basically said, Grok, how to create a NinjaTrader order, which will create another limit buy order after this order has already hit the take profit level. Basically, I want this special order to be an original limit order at, say, I just made up a number, $239.99. And after it A enters, then B hits take profit at, say, $240.50. Another just made up number. I want to create another duplicate limit entry order back at $239.99. So basically, you get the idea. And then I said, dear goodness, it works. Number one, set your level, take profit and stop loss. When your take profit is hit, reset the limit order. It resets the limit order for the original level to try to get take profit again. Okay, so my defining range levels are so good that I'm confident that if price kind of goes away from it, takes profit. If it comes back down, maybe it'll give you another chance to re-enter, unless it's like a very big trend day. Then it could go against you, of course. But I was confident to try it out on an eval, and so I did. And basically, then once I got it working, I said, okay, just got this script ready on NinjaTrader. Can't wait to try it out. Number one, set your limit, direction, size, take profit levels. Price hits TP. It recreates a new duplicate order at your original level. Price gets to your stop loss. if it gets to your stop loss instead of the take profit, it waits for price to recover, and then we create a new limit order at your original level. So if price comes down and hits my stop, it will wait until price closes above the original level. And if it goes long enough, it'll start to create a new limit order to give you another chance. Because that happens sometimes, right? Your stop gets hit, price comes back, maybe it gives you another entry. So yeah, it works in that way. So I tested on a demo account, set multiple levels where it will create take profit and recreate at all the levels. So this is the example here. Set it there, set it there, set it there. There is a stop order below for that entry, and this was the take profit. And it worked out pretty good. Then I will show you what the script looks like. So of course, Grok helped me with this. I basically didn't even look at the code. I do know how to code myself, but this is kind of just like, vibe coding for, I don't know how to do C++. So this is a C++ code, or maybe C#. I don't know, but I think it's C++. Don't hate me if I don't know. You can laugh if you want. So anyway, you create this strategy. You say new Ninja script editor, go to strategies. You can create a new strategy, hit plus sign or right click, hit new strategy. I've got the strategy here, reentry test. And then what you do is you can apply it to your chart. And let's get a chart over here. Okay, so imagine we're on the ES chart. Where are we? And I think the script is limited to a 1 minute chart, so that's probably just a drawback. So imagine you say, okay, I want to apply the strategy. Imagine you really like this level here. Then you can just right click and say strategies. And then you can click the strategy, which is called reentry test. Click add. And then you can say, okay, well, I really like that level at about 270.50 for shorting. 6770. If I can type here. 6770, 50. And I want to do my take profit at 6765. My stop loss, how many ticks do I want? And I'm going to say short as the direction. Tick stop loss, I want 25. And we'll have it on my Apex account. You got to click this, enable, and then click apply.
Order submitted.
And then you click OK. All right. So it's just basically saying can't do it out of hours. But I wonder if I have any. Well, you saw some screenshots in the other window. So let's just show you kind of how it worked. So here is a recording. I did a screen recording all day just to kind of show it. And let's go. Let's kind of. I won't scroll out. I need to get back to the beginning. One moment. Okay. So this is how the day went. This is overnight. What I do, so in the defining range, you can really only set it after midnight comes around. That's when quarter one is over. Let me kind of show you what that looks like. So the defining range starts and is this area at midnight. I have this indicator that I created that sets the levels for me, but you can put it on a fib as well. So you could have said, okay, well, I know this is the price range, and you could just slap a fib on it. This is part of quarter one. This is the last 2/3 of quarter one. And then you could say, okay, well, I'm using the DFR, which is here and here. So basically the DFR is mainly these two levels, bullish level, bearish level. So price really should kind of stay bound to these two areas. And you can see NQ didn't really pay attention to what I wanted to do. Now, NQ's been the most bullish asset of the three of the index triad, but it's been very extended. YM had to catch up today, so YM actually ended up being the most bullish, and I didn't quite think of that as happening. I just thought NQ would continue being the most bullish asset and be the best to knife catch, basically. So I had this running overnight, basically without me. I set limit orders here, here, and here. I was going for about 120 ticks profit, and I had a runner that was set to go 600 ticks. And then each one would hit the same target. So long here, long here. There's 3 lines here. Long 1, long 2, long 3. Just like 1 contract each, maybe 2 contracts on the first one, because it's not guaranteed that this one will even hit. And then take profit here, and then leave a runner for the top defining range areas. Much similar to like YM did, right? So in theory, if I had this set up on YM that day, I would have made a killing. I would have taken profit every which way. So I would have sold, I would have bought, and I would have sold. And it would have been automated and do itself. And would have had re-entries. So anyway, let's get back to the script. Let's just kind of see how it went. So this is all overnight, very boring. Let's fast forward. So here we go. This is 7 in the morning. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Where's the first trade? This is NQ. I was a big fan of NQ. Thought, hey, this is going to be the strongest asset. I was very excited to set my bull orders, my limit orders. As you can see, I had 2, 2, and 1. So let's keep moving. Got a few take profits, and it was all automated. I didn't have to touch anything. I had 1 short very far above, and that would have been in a very extended level. I wasn't excited to short, so I would have only shorted on a very extended level. So let's keep going. Okay, where's our first trade? My computer went to sleep overnight, so it went black here. So let's just start watching it. So this is in very sped up timing. This is a 1-minute chart. Oh, my screen went to sleep in the middle of the night. Let's keep going. Okay, I guess we're in our first, this is MNQ. This is our first trade entry. So I was pretty excited for the trade entry. Overnight, I was thinking, hey, this isn't even going to hit my limit orders. This kind of sucks. But we ended up hitting. Let's just see how it went. I was just making sure things were okay. Because at this point, I believe I had, so basically this might be a bug in the script. I believe I had a limit order set up to take profit more up here at the upper DFR levels, DFR defining range. So that's why I was checking the settings. But then I ended up creating a new order manually. I created a new order saying, well, I want one to go up there. So I waited for a lower low on my setting, and it set it to go up there. And you're going to see this one never took profit today. So I was basically in that long all day. Okay. Now here I say in a cheeky way, not worried at all, LOL. So because it went down, it got my second level. So I had 3 levels, remember? Top, middle, bottom. So it got my top and my middle. No take profits yet. Let's keep going. We're going to get a take profit pretty soon. And again, with the defining range, that area is very buoyant unless you're going to have a trend day. So as you can see, it became buoyant, started lifting price, little pullback. Eventually it's going to take profit. I'm not sure how long it took. Each of these are 1-minute bars. Looking good. Almost there. Pulling back again. Getting there. So 25116 is the defining range box. So basically that's the low of the Asia range, the last 2/3 of the Asia range. Which in the defining range, when it is going to be buoyant, even on a bearish day, you're going to have retests of the defining range that act as resistance. So it's very likely that my take profits will hit. It's very rare you're going to get to the lower defining range area and not go retest the original price area from Asia. You're going to notice that if you do some back testing. So let's keep going. I guess just taking forever, right? This kind of shows weakness, right? It's not instantly going up like it should on a bullish day. All right, there we go. All right, so here's what happened. We got our entries. We hit our first take profit. I have 1 runner, actually basically 2 runners. So it looks like there's some error there. I have my remaining contract, but I only have 1 take profit up there when I really should have 2. So we got the take profit at the defining range origination area, and then it recreated my original orders. So you see that? So that's the cool part about this script. Basically, I could walk away, and if we have a range choppy day, potentially I could be taking profit and re-entering multiple times a day. So let's keep going. We're going to get a re-entry, and eventually NQ is going to be in the red. We had about, what do we have now? So let's pause it. So down here, you can see, let's see, let's turn on Power Toys. Okay. Yeah, let's close that. Okay, so it's not highlighting here. So anyway, we have $214 realized. We have $69 of the two runners, $69 unrealized profit. Let's keep moving here. Eventually, we're going to come back in. I don't think it takes profit again. This is basically the high for NQ. NQ just ended up being the weakest one. ES ran to the top of its defining range, but it never got to the bottom. So it never gave me an entry. I had a limit order set up on ES as well. Okay, here we go. Ooh, let's rewind just a little bit. So we have YM, and I showed it just for a hot second. And I'll like slowly fast forward here. Not sure how to slowly fast forward. I'm going to have to like pause it right in the right second. Okay. So I had YM limit orders. Let me show you where this originated. So YM, I was bearish on YM. And I don't love shorting. So basically where I wanted to short from was up here. So this is the top area of a normal defining range. This should be the limit. This should be the reach for your bearish targets for the day. This is the reach for the bearish targets of the week for YM. This is the defining range week. So what I did was I set a limit order here, and a limit order here. Okay, so I said sell one, and take profit. I was just going to take profit here for a quick like 70 points. And it actually, YM was quite bullish. So at this point, I was taking a lot of heat. It actually got into my second sell limit order, and then we ended up getting to our first take profit. But YM was just crazy bullish today. I feel like it was kind of catching up because the prior days, it was a real laggard in price, and then it didn't reach its weekly target, whereas NQ and ES both did. But I believe it just caught up this on Friday. So I wasn't totally expecting that, but I'm happy where I put my sell limit orders because they ended up working out. So right now I was underwater on YM. I was good on NQ, but eventually NQ just turned out to be really crappy. So when do we get our next one? I'm sure we're going to get our next entry pretty soon here. Let's just kind of manually go forward. Yep. So keep going. Never got this take profit order. I would have had a way better day with that. So right here we're at 600 profit, and that's good for. I set the orders without watching price at all. I just let this run. I was actually out of the house most of the day, so that's why I have a button shirt on. I was out at basically. I had to go to a weird appointment, so we're good here, right? We're up $500. We're actually underwater on YM. So if we weren't in YM, we might be up like $700. ES never. Oh, actually, yeah, ES did fill me eventually when NQ was really weak. So we're gonna hit our new entry, and you're gonna see that the take profit orders goes to the original spot. Let's just kind of manually fast forward here. Up $300, up $200. So YM's just kind of going against me. That's why we're only up $200 here. Okay, gonna get our limit order. Okay, so we got our limit order. We want to take profit, but I don't believe it ever hits. We got our 6. So this was the third level down, which was right here. Let me show you. That was here. So we did a tiny bounce, but my take profit was here, and it would have been great if I got my take profit. I would have had a stellar day. I think I would have been up over $1,000. But that just didn't come to pass. We got here at the highest, but no dice. It was about, I'm not sure, like 100 ticks away, maybe like 80 ticks away. Bummer, but it was just an eval. So, and we weren't super red on the day. Just ended up being negative $200, but definitely could have got $1,000, and that would have been pretty sweet. But maybe that would have given me false confidence on this script. So yeah, NQ. Eventually ES gets an entry. I'm not sure if we show that. I did a lot of cutting because there were like parts where I had to flip screens for work. So basically, I didn't trade at all. I just set these limit orders. I used this script and I let it do its thing. At one point, I was about to cancel a stop loss on this MNQ, but I figured I shouldn't. I accidentally canceled it because I switched time frames. So I switched to 5-minute time frames, and it got rid of my strategy. So I'm not sure why I did that, but it's probably a setting in the script, limiting it to 1-minute time frame. Okay, so now it's off the screen. I probably am not here, and that's why eventually I'm going to fix it. Yeah. All right, so eventually we fix it, and you see we started being successful on our YM trade. This is the YM trade, up 239 points. Hell yeah. We got our take profits on that. That ended up being my best trade. NQ just kind of tanked me. Here's ES. Okay. So ES, the order went heavier for some reason. I think that's also a bug. I only put like 2 limit orders, but it ended up getting in 9. But I wasn't too worried. I was happy to get in 9. These took profit, so let's keep watching. ES did fine. It was NQ that killed me today because it just went under all the levels and didn't go retest the defining range. So it comes down, but eventually goes up. So here's where I was worried about my stop losses, but I figured I'll just keep it. And then it went away, like I said, by accident. Here, ES is going to hit my take profits. Cool. It reset the orders. It re-entered it at the very end of the trading day, but it didn't take profit again. But it went into profit, and yeah. All right, so let's see what I was writing. Oh yeah, I didn't realize when I changed the time frame, it would remove my trades that were on. So I had to manually put my trades back. Okay. What else did I write? I wrote some weird stuff here. Okay, here's ES. It didn't hit this top. It got close. It got close. So this is the upper DFR range. So I'll show you that. That was my runner. So it felt close anyway, but it got to like the upper DFR portion. But my take profit was going to be here at 6787. And there you go, 6788. It didn't do it. So basically, that's it. If you guys have any questions, if you want a copy of the link to the NinjaTrader script, or if you have any question on it, hit me in the comments below. You can get free access to the Discord and ask me questions about quarterly theory. The defining range is from quarterly theory, so it originated from Trader Day. So check them out on X. You can check me out on X if you want. I post ideas of bias on trades all the time, and you can see how do you get to my profile? Excuse me, on a cop. Okay, so this is me, Christian, husband and father. You can access my indicators at WAP. You can try my indicators for free, like the defining range. You can set alerts on when the defining range hits. You can set it on a bunch of different assets like Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, YM, etc. So you don't have to watch the charts, and you can just wait until you get an alert. They're trading view indicators. You can get access to it for free. Check out the WAP. Use promo code TRYPSP. That's TRYPSP TRY_PSP, and it might be all capitals. So TRY_PSP, all capitalized. And you can try it out for 2 months, set some alerts, see if you like the defining range, or you could back test with it and then cancel. But if you want to use all my indicators, it's like $5 a month, and you can join the Discord for free. Thank you so much for watching. And this is my first time trying out a camera, so I'm not sure where I'm looking. I'm looking at my screen, not at you. Follow me, subscribe, anything you want. And it's great working with you or trading with you. Let's trade together. Hit me up. All right. Peace.